You heard Bruce Maccabee talk on that video clip about how he thought it was an actual sighting. And if you've been into ufology at all over the past however long you've been alive or been interested in ufology, if you've done any semblance of research about credible researchers within the field, Bruce Maccabee is one of the names at the very top of the list, because he doesn't do it because he believes in UFOs. He does it with the scientific method. And he will call out pictures that he can find out that are created or just flat out hoaxes. And being somebody that spent his entire life studying and researching stuff like that, he tends, in my opinion, to have quite a bit of credibility. So for him to come on there and say that he thought this was an honest picture of something unidentifiable. Now, granted, he did say alien spacecraft, so could that just be his belief bleeding through? Possibly, because we don't know what these UFOs are, but we also know they're quite probably not, terrestrial. So I suppose alien would be one way of putting it. But he looked at these pictures, and the skeptics would say that, like this picture, that he simply just threw something up in the air and quickly took a picture of it. Whereas you heard Bruce Maccabee talk about, he found absolutely no internal or closer depth to it. He judged it to be about a mile away from where the camera was taking the picture. And like I said, skeptics throughout history of ufology have stated that this simply couldn't be a UFO because it's just too grainy and it's not clear enough. You have to stop and think, this was taken in 1950. Granted, it was with a 35 millimeter camera, but a guy that grabs his camera out of his house and then runs out and really quickly takes a picture of it, it's kind of hard to really zoom in, especially like you heard Evelyn talk about how quickly it zoomed off. You have to hand it to her husband for being able to get these two pictures in and of themselves. Now, this is one that people really talk about where they say that he had it suspended from some line. And Bruce Maccabee actually did an in-depth investigation into this and blew it up and shown that if there was a line, you would be able to see it. And there's nothing that you can actually see from the picture that they have. And he was able to investigate the negatives as well. So, as far as these two pictures go, what exactly do I think about these two? Well, I think maybe, possibly, the Trents may have saw something that they couldn't explain. Do I know for a fact that it was an alien spacecraft? No, but it is Exhibit A of a prime example of a close encounters of the first kind. What do I think it was? I don't know what it was. It was definitely a UFO, and I totally believe the Trents because, like I said, they didn't make any money. They didn't cash in on these pictures. They just reported what they saw. And I think that should weigh in more on people's decisions about whether they're making it up or not than anything else, because they never made any money off of those two pictures. What do I think it is? I think it's a UFO. But hey, maybe you think differently. Let me know in the comments what you think about the McMinnville UFO pictures. And as usual, I don't have a closer for this podcast. So I'll simply close with